Hi, I'm Kath.
And I'm Stuart.
And this is Nala.
We are Van Navigation.
We all live full-time in our self-converted Mercedes Sprinter. Hello. Follow us as we explore nature and the great outdoors around South Wales, the UK and further afield, attempting to travel the world before we keel over. Good morning. It's Friday morning and we're on our way to the Vanlife Eats Festival this weekend. We made our way down last night because it's quite a long way, and we've just slept in the noisiest lay-by in England. Vanlife is very glamorous, you know. Vanlife Eats is at Dummerdown Farm in Hampshire this weekend, and by the time you see this, maybe we'll have already met some of you there. We're going to be appearing on the main stage at 5 o'clock today, and we're going to be talking about the trip we did to Scotland last year and the travel-log we wrote about it. So we're going to be reading some excerpts and giving some tips about travelling Scotland off-grid. Anybody else absolutely despise driving down south because it always looks like this? And here we are at Dummerdown Farm, Vanlife Eats. As you can see, absolutely loads of vans here. I'm not going to talk for too long because the welcome talk has just started. So I'm going to go over there now and listen to what Mark and Sophie have to say. And then at 5 PM it will be time for our talk. So just a little bit nervous, but I'm sure it'll be all right, won't it?
While Kath goes to see what Mark and Sophie have to say, leaves me time to set the cameras up ready for our talk. Then it's off for a quick walk to check out the campsite.
There's a curry presentation going on over in the main stage at the moment, and we're on after that, so I'm just starting to get prepared now for the show and for people hopefully for coming over and having a chat with us and buying a copy of our books. So we've got a stack of these that we'll be taking over with us, and then we have our flag here, which those who follow us will recognise the logo. If you are here at Vanlife Eats, then you'll have either seen us here or you won't, because obviously by the time that this goes live, it'll be a week or so after the show. So, but hopefully we'll have met some of you here and picked up a few subscribers along the way. So yeah, main stage, 1 hour.
Hello?
Hello.
That works for me.
Am I quiet?
You'll never quiet.
He's off already.
Hello there, my name's Stuart, this is Kath, together with our lurcher who's currently having a little bit of downtime in the van. We are Van Navigation. We're here to talk about our 30-day trip to Scotland and our travel log that we wrote all about it.
So obviously we're here to tell you about our travel log. We'll talk about this trip as well and some of the actual technicalities of off-gridding. But firstly, the book. So when we came back from Scotland, I just felt so inspired by everything I'd seen. It really is the trip of a lifetime for people who haven't been. That I was just desperate to write things down, and I started making some notes, and then this kind of grew out of that. So for those who are specifically interested in the travel log, there's about 40,000 words of our actual story in there, so it's not too heavy a read. And there's about 150 colour photos from our trip. And then, because it's a van-specific guide, there's a section where you can download the route that we did, and there's what 3 words locations for everywhere that we stopped. And there's some little bits at the back where there's a full itinerary. There's little QR codes you can scan if you want to plan your own trip. and then there's a little few pages in the back where you can just write in basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this whole thing just by reading a little bit of it for you, if that's okay. We walk from the car park up onto the old military road. Eventually, road gives way to the tame forest and retreated to a broad paved forestry walk lined with Douglas firs soaring to the sky. I stopped to take pictures here. We're keen to get to the river part of the walk, so we press on. And while I don't know it yet, I'll spend the next 3 weeks regretting not foraging more in this area. The trail goes to the right, but to the left we can see a waterfall down a narrower path that's not an official trail, but has clearly been walked by many people. Heading off piste a little, we make our way to the water, a wide, shallow river, wending its way through huge boulders and down ravines, creating deep, endless pools and roaring as it goes. For years, I've wanted to do the NC 500, but it's finding enough time to give it justice. Lots of people race around in 5 days or 7 days, but how do you give the trip real justice? In the end, we managed to break a slot of 30 days to be away. And the more we looked at the NC 500, the more we realised that we'd missed lots of other parts in Scotland that actually looked really amazing to visit. So instead of doing the NC 500, we made a decision that we would just scout around, do some research, and tag every single place we'd like to spend a day at. And then once we tagged all of those places on Google Maps, we made up the route as we went. We had a nature wish list before we went. I shall let Stuart tell you all about it.
Well, as Kath says, part of going to Scotland for me anyway was to see the nature. I was very lucky to borrow a DSLR from my father because we don't have fancy cameras, we just use iPhones. But he had a nice camera with a big zoom lens, so we took that with us as well. As Kath says, we had a list. I was expecting to get 40 to 50% of my list. I hit everyone within about the first 4 days, which was ridiculous. And then it just got better and better. From the smallest, the red squirrel. I mean, I'm from Southampton originally, and we have red squirrels on the Isle of Wight. We have red squirrels in Poole and Brownsea Island. I've still never seen one. I'm in the Falls, never seen one. Within the first couple of days, one ran out in front of us, and we ran it over. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't. We stopped and we took pictures and we filmed. You can see the pictures in the book. As we did the Applecross Pass, I was busy watching the road. Kath was looking out the window, and all of a sudden it's deer, it's deer. So I slammed the brakes on and pull over in a little lay-by, and we looked over, and it wasn't just deer. There was a field full of ladies and 2 rutting stags right in front of us. I jumped out, grabbed the big camera. 100 photos later, it was just phenomenal, wasn't it, to see? We got back in the van, and as we drove off, I looked up, and on the bank next to us, there was an old stag, slightly greying, know the feeling, and he was just stood there 20 metres from us just watching. He'd obviously been looking down, watching the youngsters having a fight. Absolutely phenomenal. The biggest treat, I should say, for the entire trip, wildlife, was the birds. I do like birds of prey. I'm always keeping my eyes to the sky, and to see a golden eagle was top of my list. I didn't believe for one moment that we would see one. And then one day, as we were driving down the west coast, it had been raining. We were coming down a hill, and I looked over and I said to Kath, "Christ, look at the size of that bird." And she's like, "No, it's not big." You know, and I said, "It is. Watch it." And it was coming across the sky towards us. And I looked down the hill, and I thought, it's going to cross in front of us. So I put my foot down as much as you can in a 3-ton motorhome, and crossed over the top of our windscreen. Guess where the big camera was? In the back of the van. So we have some brainy little pictures of this golden eagle taken with Kath's iPhone,
But we saw it.
but we saw it. The photos in there, and that really is all that counts.
I can't believe he didn't tell you about all the wild haggis that we saw. I guess you guys are going to have to see that en route. We saw a sign that said that the peat bogs were so deep that they could swallow 2 double-decker buses. And then when we lost the path, this one here is like, no, it's fine, just walk through. And I'm just imagining in 10,000 years' time, somebody pulling my perfectly preserved body and pink hair out of a peat bog and wondering, what on earth used to walk the earth 10,000 years ago? So the Fort William area is the next natural step. We're hoping to climb Ben Nevis this trip, and we're carefully watching the mountain weather as snow is starting to fall at the peaks. We had a late night out with the fire last night, and we're both tired, so we decided we'll drive towards Glen Nevis, write today off as an admin day, and go and find somewhere quiet to do some laundry and empty our toilet. When we get back to the van, we make some hot wraps for lunch, then sit and work out where the nearest laundry is between here and Fort William. There's a Revolution laundry at Glen Nevis Holiday Park, and the internet says there's a drop-in service for camper vans. So thinking that'll serve all our needs, we head there. The Revolution laundry and all the motorhome services are in the centre of the park. So we put the washing on, and then Stuart has a shower while I stay with the dog and catch up with some work. While he's emptying the toilet, emptying our grey waste and refilling the water, I grab a quick shower too. The showers are lovely and clean, heated and well serviced. I have an extra long shower, wash my hair twice, pull on some leggings and a vest, and exit the large cubicle. And as I do so, I notice a row of urinals. And in the split seconds it takes me to wonder why the ladies' bathroom has urinals, the penny drops. And I hear two men walking into the bathroom. I dive into one of the toilet cubicles, giggling to myself, and end up having to stay there for a full 10 minutes, hiding from the two male friends who were cheerfully chatting while performing their own ablutions. But of course, going off grid does mean that you do have issues. Nobody wants to bother anybody, and certainly nobody wants an angry stocksman knocking them awake at 10 p.m. to tell them they're parked on private land. So if you want to go off grid, how do you know you're doing it properly? It can be a huge worry, and it's a real issue at the moment, particularly with the over-tourism claims of the MC500. We're off grid all the time because we live full-time in our van. So what we do is we take advantage of the Road Traffic Act 1988, which states that anybody can park a vehicle up in a safe place overnight and sleep in it, providing the activity is contained within the vehicle. Now, lots of people go to Scotland and they set up camp, and we don't mind what anybody else does. But just from a legal perspective, just because we don't like to be bothered and we don't like to be knocked awake, we do tend to just keep all the activity within the vehicle. We don't park on grass, we don't park on flora, we don't park on sand dunes. We try and keep ourselves always on hard standing. We try and park responsible. That was a bit nerve-wracking, but I think it went okay. We sold about half of the copies of the books that we brought with us as well. It's a bit weird being asked to sign books because we don't exactly feel like famous people. Are we famous now? Maybe. Somebody else is doing a talk now on social media transitions. So I'm just heading over there to have a listen. Stuart's already gone ahead, but yeah, I just needed 5 minutes after the talk. So I'm just heading over there now. And we'll see what this is all about. And in true British weather style, it's now pouring down. It's okay, isn't it? It's fine.
So social media transitions is finished, and we've been set a challenge to create our own transition, and we've been given a cake to do so.
I'll do anything for a cake.
And Stuart will do anything for a cake. So here we are. You can see the full transition on our TikTok and all of the social reels, you know, all the rest of it. Yeah, we'll actually put that up as well so you can see how it turned out.
Kath says we've got to film a transition. I think she just wants me to smash a cake in my face. See?
Oh boy.
One of the best parts of these festivals is all the van porn.
You know, I know you're making up the truth. Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean
dance along look. We're going to skip it and have some food and then join the fire pit later.
I'm a diamond, not a piece of glass. Break my heart, you can kiss my ass. Walk away like I never knew ya. Got a new man, what's it to ya? I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it. All you are, yeah. I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it. Not a piece of glass. Break my heart, you can kiss my ass. Walk away like I never knew ya. Got a new man, what's it to ya? I'm a diamond, I'm a diamond, I'm a diamond, not a piece of glass. Walk away.
If there's one thing Nala's never going to be, it's an agility dog.
I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can handle it.
Good morning, everyone. Yep, this is us walking away from all the mess in the van and going and enjoying the show.
So we pulled up into this services and you are literally Austrian Alps everywhere, and it started to snow, so we're like, this is weird. We went in
just a little bit,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it was a very enjoyable talk, and we just gave them a follow as well. So we'll put their app down there too. Henry Van Trapp, I think they were called. Anyway, it's time for bacon rolls.
So the sun's shining. Kath's gone to get some bacon rolls and she's left me in charge of the washing up. Thanks to Van Vista's transition talk, cleaning up's now a breeze.
2 bacon baths, because I'm very sure every plate in the entire van is dirty. So, doing very well here. Should really go and tidy up now we finished that talk. It's lovely here today. The sun is out and yeah, it's feeling like sunscreen weather.
It's what you need, I got it now.
Just sitting doing a little bit of work now. A few people have come over and a little poke around the van. Everybody's very interested in the idea of full-time living, of course. And yeah, just a nice chilled afternoon. See what else is going on later. Might go and have a little look around the stalls in a while. Oh, nice tidy van. We're being drone widows, aren't we, Newly? Stuart's up outside with the drone up. Newly doesn't like the drone, do you, girl? We're just sitting here quietly while Stuart flies the drone. Nala hates it and wants to swat it out of the air every single time.
It's time for the Vanlife Eats Big Picnic then. We've brought our own. So quite nice, there's lots of people here. It's a really nice atmosphere here actually. Bought a few copies of our book over as well, because it always pays to be cheeky, doesn't it?
Nala's not used to this many doggos and people around. She just wants to play with them all.
In true British style, it's no so we've done a mad dash back to the van with our picnic. We did get to eat outside in the sun though, so that was nice. We're just going to chill for a bit now, I think, and let this rain pass over. we've just been chatting to a guy who's got these solar panels on the top of his van with light sensors on that follow the sun around the field. Pretty cool. Yeah, we're off for a walk now, but take a look at these. We've just left the main field and we've come out for a little walk around the farm. It's absolutely gorgeous here.
A little chill in the van. We were going to join the Italian night, but we ended up eating pizza in the van, so we're going to have a little walk around now. But yeah, it's been really good. We definitely recommend it. Vanlife Eats Big Picnic, great fun. Yeah, I suppose we're going to go out and be a bit social. I might just have a little 20-minute nap as well.
Well, you can't come to a Vanlife Festival without exchanging stickers.
Go and join the party then.
One, two. Keep going, you alright? You sure yet? I'll just keep going. I'm not telling any jokes. You know, Joe.
After a busy night, Nala's got the right idea. Time for bed.
It's Sunday morning. I may have had a little too much to drink last night. Stuart's just putting his eyes in, and then we're off to watch a couple of talks. Micro campers, 40-something countries in 100-something days. That should be interesting. And a cooking demo. So we're off over to the main stage now. Sun's out.
Eventually we decided, okay, yeah, let's sign up for the Mongol Rally, give us something to look forward to when COVID does finally finish. At that point we thought maybe, you know, it was only going to be the 1 year, so, but that didn't quite happen that quickly, did it? So yeah, we decided with the Mongol Rally idea that we would try and do sort of kill two birds with one stone, have a car that we could camp in the UK in the meantime.
Next we watched a Mexican cooking demonstration from Michelle at Mary Manx Travels. I think she'd fed the whole tent by the end, including me, and I'd just like to say I'd like her to be my new mum because her food is amazing.
Nala guards the fire pit, and then it's time for a quick play. Have it. Have it. Have it. Have it. Sit.
And we're into Sunday evening. It's been a really nice day today. Some of the talks have been particularly good today, and we've just had a walk around the camping field, and we've been talking to a few other campers and people, picked up some tips for European campsites and travelling and things, which is why you come to these things. There's a bit of a disco on this evening, some live music. So we're just out now. We'll give the dog a little bit of a walk, and then we're hoping she'll just chill out in the van later, and we can enjoy our last evening. And the weather's held all day as well.
Thank you. This song's called The Department's New. I was only tripping for a moment. Now I wanna spend every moment with you. You're the only one that I'll be holding, and everybody else can take a walk. You know, I swear you were always gonna be my favorite. You were always gonna make me stay. But even if I never make it famous, fuck being famous, 'cause I swear you're still always gonna be my favorite.
Looks like someone needs a tactical nap before the party begins.
Good morning. I don't know how good it is actually given the excessive amount of whiskey I drank last night. It's Monday morning and we're just packing up to leave. We've just been able to speak to Mark and Sophie, who are the organisers. Well, Sophie wasn't there actually, she's emptying bins I think, and we've just said thank you and had a goodbye, and yeah, I think we'll probably be back next year. It's been really, really good fun. We got to meet lots of new and interesting people, picked up some tips for our Europe trip, and yeah, made some connections and friends along the way as well, and seen some amazing van hacks here that we'll definitely be thinking about for later builds and things. It was really nice talking to Mark this morning. We talk about festivals and all the mess and things, and we know van lifers get a lot of stick sometimes about leaving litter and that kind of thing, but we just spoke to Mark and he said when he woke up this morning, he looked out the window, people were litter picking the field after last night's 80s band, who were also very good. So yeah, I think that really sums it up. The whole place is spotless, all the bins are full, but the field is left as it was when we came here. Nobody's had to clean up, there's been no cleaning crew, nothing like that, just a lot of conscientious travellers. Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. I better get off really, we're going to be the last ones here. And that's us ready to go. We just empty our bins now and oh, take the chocks out from under the wheels, empty our bins, and I think we use the taps to refill our water here as well, and then we'll be heading off. Not many campers here now, as you can see behind me, but we're not the last ones off, so that's fine. Yeah, cheers. Great to meet you all. Ta-da. Bye. And that's a goodbye from Vanlife Eats and Dummerdown Farm. We had an amazing talk. It was really great to be invited along. We sold most of the books that we took with us, but we still have a couple of copies left, 5 copies in the van. So if anybody wants a book at the Vanlife Eats price, which is it's normally $19.99, you can find it on Amazon. Just search Van Navigation or an alternative to the MC500. But if you are interested in having a copy at a reduced price, we offered a special Vanlife Eats price at £17 a copy, and I'm quite happy to sell the last 5 copies that we took to the meet for that price. So if you are interested in having a copy, drop us a message, message, leave us a comment, connect with us somehow, and we'll make sure that we get that arranged and get that to you. And yeah, thank you to the organisers of Vanlife Eats for giving us such a fantastic opportunity. And that's it, we're back at base. Me and Newly are seriously in need of a nap. It's been a very good weekend at Vanlife Eats, and that's it from this episode. See you soon.
Till the next one, don't forget to like and subscribe.